We began by building driveways and patios and other forms of decorative concrete. And the good thing about it was there was a sense of immediate gratification, because you could be there at a job where it started out as being somewhat of a mess and really quickly it became to be something that was looking really pretty. So we enjoyed that. We are a holistic provider. So when somebody needs something like a retaining wall, it's there's usually a significant excavation component. There's usually up to half a dozen trades, including plumbers, sometimes a sparky. You got obviously your excavators and bricklayers and people like that, and sometimes it gets more complicated depending on what the client wants, but they really want to offload it to someone rather than own a build and oversee and have to tackle that thing. And getting a retaining wall approved is not dissimilar to getting an entire house approved. It's really a really comprehensive process. So we facilitate council approvals for our clients, and most people really appreciate that.
We had to look around for someone to build us a new wall in a pretty difficult site. We were a little bit worried about this job going into it because we're new to the Illawarra, but we figured that because of the property it would require some level of engineering and probably, you know, DAs for council. And we're a bit worried about how we'd go through that process, having never really having to deal with it before. The good thing about Total Concreting was they took that off our hands, so they got their guys down here to survey the site. They did all the applications for us, and basically they just made that issue go away so that we didn't have to deal with it, and everything went through council fine.
After building potentially hundreds of driveways and a few structural slabs, we started to notice a gap in the market. There was a real neglect being shown for people who needed to have retaining walls built, because they tended to be too big for your everyday landscaper, and a normal concrete license doesn't allow to build retaining walls. So it was then that I decided to go ahead and get my structural landscaping license so we can enter into this market, and that's when we started to build things on a larger scale.
Yeah, the problem was I needed someone I could talk to, one-on-one, tell them exactly what was required, because it was a challenging job. Others may not, may not have gone into the detail, and there's no way the job was going to start until everything was satisfied.
Hey, I'm Anton from Total Concreting Structural Landscaping. If you like what you've seen in the video, then send us a message down the bottom of this page or give us a phone call and we'd be happy to come out and take a look at what you've got.